Hi, good afternoon or good morning, depending when you hear this video. This is Evie's. Trying this time to do a different video. In this time, we're going to focus on what is called the Kundalini and the awakening of the Kundalini, the importance of the Kundalini, and why do we need to work with our chakras and take a couple days to work and reflect on each chakra. Now, what's a Kundalini? Well, the Kundalini, it could be chi, prana, it could be the force that gives life, like Christians will call it, the Holy Spirit. Now, the thing with that we have to remember is that the vortex in our body, which I'm going to only speak about 7, there's plenty of more, but I'm going to speak about 7 of them. Today, I'm only going to focus on the first one. Now, there's 7 of them, and every time you work on a vortex, it usually deals with aspects of ourself within the physical, the mental, and the spiritual part that we either need to heal. Now, some people will say that, some chakras are working more than the other, which happens at times that some of them overwork versus some of them are very low and kind of like retain the energy. Now, why this is important to know? Well, we have to understand that we live in times where people speaks about the Christ consciousness, the hyper ability to see things and flow with that subconscious mind that takes you to a higher vibrational place, right? Now, the reality is that all of us have that ability. However, what we have not done is the work to get there. We have to definitely see things from a different perspective. For example, right now, I'm going to focus today on the root chakra, which is our first energy vortex in our body. Our root chakra is located more in the very lower part of our body, which is our pelvic area. Think of it as when you sit down and the bottom part of you that touches the ground, that is your root chakra. Now, the root chakra has aspects that you need to pay attention, and all the chakras as well, but you need to pay attention to what they are, what they control, because it will give you an idea if there are blockages in those chakras or if they're overworking. All right. Now, for the root chakra, for example, the first thing we need to know is that it is ruled by the color red, or like that brown reddish color. Why? Because the root chakra is what we will call it as Uriel, which is an archangel, and Uriel represents the fire of God, but it is also what gives you stability, what gives you the sense of unity, the sense of security. So it is important to check our root chakra, because a lot of the problems that we encounter in life, whether they are physical or mental, they always are rooted in the lower chakras of our body. So the root chakra is extremely important. One, because I just mentioned that a healthy root chakra gives you a sense of belonging. It gives you a sense of security. It gives you stability. It makes you feel like you're grounded, right? It deals with your self-esteem as well, because again, but in a self-esteem in the sense of belonging, like you are part of something. A root chakra that is not healthy or is not working the way it should, by contrast, will give you insecurities, will give you an idea that you don't belong, that you don't feel worthy, that you don't feel part of this earth. Obviously, the grounding part is not there because you're not grounded. So it makes you weak in the spirit because you're not grounded, right? But it also gives you difficulties with the sleep. Your immune system can be actually extremely weakened. You can actually get either gain weight or lose weight. And the reason for that is because you get depression most of the time when you also have a block chakra or a lower working chakra. So when depression comes, some people either eat a lot of food or some people don't eat a lot at all. So depending how depression affects you, it will either give you more weight or it will give you more losing the weight. But you also, in the mental aspect, not only do you get depression, but you can also get panic attacks. You get anxiety, and it comes to your organs are the ones at that lower area can be affected if your root chakra is not working correctly. Like, for example, colon and bladder issues can surface to the physical if you have a problem with your root chakra. Now, for more information about the symptoms, the physical symptoms and mental symptoms about the root chakra, you can simply just Google information, and by simply saying what illnesses can come if my root chakra it's unbalanced, and it will tell you all about it, which is important because you will need to know more information. I'm only talking in the very surface about it. Now, you can do yoga poses that can help you with this as well. So now I'm going to talk about a lot of different things that you can, well, not a lot, like few of them that you can actually use to help you heal those chakras. So for example, there are poses specifically for yoga that you can actually Google online and says like yoga poses that can help me heal my root chakra, and it will give you tons of them. Find the one that works for you. You can also take fruits that have properties that can help your body heal and higher the vibration on those area, specifically now that we're talking about the root chakra. Like, for example, tomatoes, strawberries, all sorts of strawberries, apples, beets, and even peppers, especially those that are red. All of those can help you. But if you are more interested to find out other fruits because you don't like those, or other foods that you would like to take to help you, again, you can do the same thing in Google by simply asking something to the effect or food and fruits to take that can help me heal my root chakra. So you can do that as well. Now, I also have this book. And this book is by Mary Silva, and it's called Chakra Yoga. And in this book specifically, I like it because she speaks about guidance to balance those chakras, to awaken those chakras, and to heal those chakras with yoga poses as well. So she tells you the effects of having a blockage on those chakras, but also the benefits of having them working correctly. But she would also give you yoga poses. I like this one specifically because it discusses all of that. But the yoga poses per se, if you're not a person that wants to do yoga, then still take action in buying it, which I will put the description below there where you can find it. You can get it on Amazon and all those places, but you can actually get this because it will give you all aspect. Now, yoga is also good because it helps your body flow energy naturally, and it's good for people that all sorts of people. It doesn't matter your physicality. What matters is that will help you heal, right? Now, the other thing that you can do is you can actually listen to a specific sounds, like the sound that I'm playing right now on YouTube is actually a 433 self-heal for you to help your root chakra heal. Now, they have them for an hour or two, and once you put 432 HZ on YouTube, it will give you all different types of videos. So as long as you find one that works for you, do it, use it, and listen to it. Now, don't listen to just 1 minute or two, and do not do it for just one day. This is something that requires time and effort. So you have to do it for a couple days. So focus on each chakra for a couple days. And if you have to do repetitions and constantly do it until you finally feel the difference in your body and the healing, then continue to do so. The other thing that you can do is create your own mantras. Mantras are simple sentence, simple phrases that you can use that are positive, and when you hear them constantly, it will create a trigger in your subconscious where you begin to heal, or you begin to understand the power of those mantras. So that's why it's called mantras. So for example, if we're working with the root chakra, anything that you can say, I am connected to my body, I am safe, I am secure, I love my body in all of its aspects. Things like that will help you bring positiveness to the root chakra itself, right? Now, in the description below, I will put a video that has that frequency that we're playing, 432, but we'll also have another video about what is called chanting, because the chanting part of it is like in a specific phrase. It's like when people say but instead of you're working with your root chakra, which is a different sound, which is L-A-M, lamb. Now, I'm probably saying it wrong because this is a language that particularly better understood by Hindu people or like people from India, but it will still give you the sound, because what you're doing is the sound per se, but you don't have to say it. Again, you can simply use audio for both, for the 432 and for this specific chanting, because again, we have to remember that when our bodies start hearing things, our body kind of like change its idea of how to see things the way they were before, right? And the last video that I'm going to put, it has to do with, it's called a dark and divine sign of the Kundalini. This video is in the channel of Hassan Goham. I think I'm saying it wrong. I'm going to say it one more time. Is Hassan Goham. It's a channel on YouTube, and it's called, the name of the video is Dark and Divine Side of Kundalini. Why we need to put that, and I will put that in the description below, because he speaks about the importance of opening your Kundalini, but he also gives you information, not only the benefits of it, but he also tried to teach you to understand the repercussions of that. Because when you awake your Kundalini, if you're a type of person that you just experiment and do things and you don't sit down and understand what's behind, you can actually create more harm to your mind and your body than helping it heal. Why? Because when you awake these forces in you, you can actually create aspects in your mind that can be harmful as well. So that's why the idea behind of watching the video, which I will give you an explanation as to the importance of understanding when you are awakening, what is your responsibility, what is your take in on that. So with that being said, you have to find people to help you with this as well. So let's just say you want to begin to awake your Kundalini. I can tell you that one of the things that you can do at home is just, again, listen to those videos. But you can do as simply as wearing something comfortable, something red, and go and sit with the nature. Go sit yourself down and ground yourself with the earth. Feel the electromagnetic fields of the earth and allow them to come through you. So this way, as you're doing that in your mind, you're saying back to Mother Gaia, thank you. And you also actually connecting with that frequency, with the trees and everything that lives in this land are connected to. So what you're doing with that is you're making your root chakra stronger as a tree. And you will grow as strong as a tree, right? So that's the purpose of doing that. So you can do that simple things at home. However, there is a side kick on that. And the side kick on that is the fact that not only are you awakening these chakras, but you are also awakening forces and things that you have suppressed for so long that you don't remember. They could be when they were young. But if you believe in reincarnation, you also understand that in this lifetime, You're carrying subconsciously emotions that are from your prior lives. And why this is a problem or why this is important? Well, because if you have problems with abandonment issues and they're not related to this lifetime, because in this lifetime you did have wonderful parents, you did have that security and that stability that your parent, but you still feel that way, then you have to really go into the root of the problem. And the root of the problem could be something that happened when you were very little, or it could be from your past life. And since you don't know, it's going to come out, right? So you definitely, as you're doing all this process and as you're dealing with these chakras and all of these emotions, you need to have people to help you, coach you with that. So one of the things you need to remember is find somebody that does healing with vibration, that does Reiki, however they want to call themselves, but find somebody that can help you awaken that. Now, they call themselves healers, right? Because in reality is that through vibration, right, and frequency, they're going to help your body go to a higher level where your body can begin heal itself. But the key here is they're not the healers. You are. Your body becomes the healer. You have to believe in the fact that your frequencies are getting higher and you gain the power to heal yourself, right? So do not think that the person is healing you. You have to think that you have that power. And the only thing the person is doing is helping you awake those forces within you. But you cannot awake the Kundalini until you actually work on all of your chakras one at a time. And you have to work from the very bottom all the way to the top. A lot of these new generations, for some strange reason, they want to be working in the third eye and the crown chakra and all of that, but they forget the very important ones that gives you the groundedness, the security, and the ability that you belong. And you can't do that unless you work with your lower chakras, right? Now, with that being said, not only do you can't do that, but you also have to remember that when we're working with our healing frequencies within ourselves, you are bringing out aspects of yourself that you have suppressed as well. So you have to be responsible to find people that can help you with that. So you definitely need a life coach. You definitely need a caseworker, a social worker, a person that you can trust. So every time these emotions surface, that you can trust them enough to tell them what you feel and how to find balance. Because again, the healer or the counselor will not tell you what to do, but it will bring questions to you that will guide you through the path that you need to do, right? And find answers to all those questions that you're seeking. So you have to also remember that as well. Now, with that being said, we also have to remember that when we are waking these forces, it is our responsibility to deal with all the aspects. So you have to deal with the good and you have to also deal with the bad. So nothing is good or bad. We just have to remember that emotions, regardless of what they are trapped in our subconscious based on what we felt at the moment we experience those emotions. And because of it, we cannot just work on this on our own. We have to find people that can help us with that. So a person that does Reiki healing, a person that does acupuncture is excellent with that. People that knows how to work with frequency. So it could be ball frequency, it could be fork healing, anything with frequency. But as long as the person knows how to do it, make sure you find somebody like that as well that can help you with that. Right? So be conscious of what you're doing, but be responsible as well of awaking these forces. Because in later videos, I will discuss not only what I go per chakra, but once I finish all those chakras, I'm going to go into another type of energy that once all of those forces are awakening is the one that is detrimental to gain control of, which is you first have to gain control of all of them. And the video that I spoke about one more time about the dark and divine, he's responsible enough to make you aware that you have to do it with responsibility. And what are the effects of that? So I hope that this helps you, and again, and when you continue to work with this, follow me. I will put another set of video, the second one, which deals with the second chakra, and I will continue until I discuss the 7 chakras for the Kundalini. In the meantime, have a blessed day. Hit subscribe, hit likes, and check out the other videos so you can work with that. If you haven't found a Reiki person, at least you can check on those videos that will help you move forward. So have a blessed day, everyone.